The results-driven Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce invites you to connect your business with 1,000 other companies just like yours, including education and workforce development, healthcare, professional services, manufacturing, retail, nonprofit, trades and vocations, hospitality, among many others, and benefit with chamber programs and services such as government affairs, energy and economic development, small business assistance, networking opportunities, women in business programs, young people in business programs, and more. We invite your business to become a starring member of the Merrimack Valley Chamber today and see what a difference this chamber will make for you. Join your community's most trusted, effective, and relevant business network connection today. The Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Hello everyone, I would like to welcome you to another edition of the Merrimack Valley Chamber Means Business program. I'm here with a special guest, Amy Pestier of the Merrimack Valley FoodBank. So Amy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael. It's great to be here.
So first off, tell everyone at home what the Merrimack Valley FoodBank is.
The Merrimack Valley FoodBank, I like to use the analogy, is like a bank. And food is our currency. We have a food distribution center in Lowell.
Yes.
And we acquire, store, and redistribute up to 5 million pounds of food a year. And the agencies that we work with to get food to individuals and families who need it are like the ATMs. That's where people withdraw food who need it. And we provide food to people in over 30 communities. We're up to 33 communities at this time. And most of our impact is in the Merrimack Valley. For example, in Lawrence, there are 18 food providers, and a lot of these agencies provide other services as well. And in Haverhill, there are a dozen agencies that help us get food to people who need it. And many viewers will be familiar with places like Lazarus House, with Veterans Northeast Outreach Center, and Presidential Garden. And those are the places that we work with. They come to our place in Lowell weekly, and they get cases of food that they bring back to people who need it. And this helps, I hope, viewers to realize the amount of impact that there is and the role of the food bank in making it an efficient system. Because a lot of our member agencies don't have the capacity to go pick up, and I'll use the example of yogurt donations, skids, pallets of yogurt at a food manufacturer that has some to donate. They wouldn't have the proper truck, pallet jack, whereas we have refrigerated trucks, we have dock height vehicles, we have refrigerator and freezer capacity on those trucks. So we're able to go pick up donations when they're available throughout the area, bring it back to our food distribution center in Lowell, and then our member agencies, some that I mentioned already, they have a way to place an online order for the specific food that they would like. They come and get it after our warehouse team puts it together on pallets, and then they bring it back to where it's given to individuals and families.
That's amazing. I think that the bank example is really a great example of what you are and who you are and what you do, and making it efficient for all those different agencies in the Merrimack Valley and beyond. And it's we're very fortunate to have you, because now in 2022, heading to 2023, you'd be hoping the need was dropping, but it's only increasing. And now, I think a lot of viewers at home have a picture in their head of who might be coming to these agencies, but it's people you wouldn't even imagine. It's families now. It's people who are working, and without you, where do they turn? Without these agencies, where do they turn? So to have a great person facilitating all this, a great group and organization like the Merrimack Valley FoodBank facilitating all this, there'd be no other place for these people to turn to. So I want to say thank you to you and all your partners there for all you do for our Merrimack Valley communities.
Thank you. We feel privileged to be able to do this. We just grew our staff to 19 people, which is the most we've ever had.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And we have, and I looked at a recent grant application in which we were asked how many volunteers we engage. And we've engaged up to 900 people a year.
That's amazing.
And those include regular volunteers. They include one-off volunteers that maybe come with a faith-based group or their company or their athletic team. And I'll talk about that that role also because a lot of people want to know about volunteers. But you brought up a great point about who is being served by the food bank and our partner agencies. And people might be very surprised to know that it could be somebody living right next door to us in our neighborhood.
Yep.
And even before the pandemic, there were and continue to be life-changing circumstances that place people like us in a position where they want to pay all of their financial obligations. They want to pay their rent or mortgage. They need to pay childcare, their car payment, put gas in the car so they can go to work and pay all of those bills. And people tend to leave food as the last responsibility is not a good word. The last item on their list to take care of. And over the last several years, because before the pandemic, there was the gas emergency, there was a government shutdown. We accept phone calls quite often at the food bank because when people Google food pantry Lowell, food pantry Methuen, Haverhill, our name comes up. And we don't have that interaction with the people that are benefiting from our work all the time, but that really allows us, when we're talking with people on the phone and hearing their circumstances, it helps us to be more connected, and it helps us to connect our donors, the people who support us, to the people who need help. And I remember being in tears on the phone with a woman. I answered it. It was after hours. It was a local number, and I said, I should get this call. And it was a woman whose unemployment benefits had just run out, and she had no idea what she was going to do about getting food for her kids. And I told her it was okay to ask for help, that I was glad she called to ask for help, and I was able to refer her to her neighborhood food pantry and told her when they were open again. So what I would like to tell viewers, and I might repeat this, I hope you don't mind, if you need help, please ask. If you can help, please do. And it can be a temporary situation. Most likely it's going to be a temporary situation. And that's what the food bank is here for, and that's what our member food pantries and meal programs and community action agencies are there for. We're there to help people to get through challenging situations until their next paycheck or next benefit. And again, it's okay to ask for help because it's a matter of public health. People need medication, people need food to take medication properly in a lot of situations. Children need food to learn, to develop, to grow. And that's what all of our agencies, our network of agencies, which we consider the Chamber a terrific partner because it really takes all of our nonprofit agencies, our chambers, our business partners in the community to come together because we all know that people need help, and we are happy to tell people
No,
how
it's,
they
it's,
can help.
yeah, it's everyone working together and you partnering with all those great agencies to get the job done. And as you mentioned, it might be just your, not all the time it's who you think it is. Sometimes it's your neighbor. Sometimes someone just has a little bit, need to get through this little hump or a speed bump. They get over it, they're back on their feet. But they need people like you to help them get over those bumps and those roadblocks. And you and your partnering agencies are there, so I want to thank you for that. For people who are watching at home that want to give back, they have maybe the company wants to give back, they want to give back personally. How do they do that? How do they find out more?
There are so many ways that people can make an impact and help those in our community that we may not even realize need help. And I like to use the donation of food, funds, and time as examples. And people can look at our website, which is mvfb.org, and those letters stand for Merrimack Valley Food Bank. And our phone number is 978-454-7272, and people can call to find out how to help. We have a easy, secure way for folks to donate with a credit card on our website. We accept food donations throughout the year. If folks are willing and able to travel to Lowell, we are at 733 Broadway Street, and we accept donations of shelf-stable food. And also, I was at an employer giving kickoff event last week, and one of the senior managers asked if we take perishable food, and I said, it depends. And he said, I'm bringing a scout troop apple picking, and I don't know if everybody's going to use all these apples. We absolutely accept donations of produce, which we've been blessed with a great growing season, even though it was a dry one. We, throughout the growing season, accept donations of all kinds of produce. Somebody might come in with a little paper sack of tomatoes from their garden, or we'll pick up produce from a farm, or a farmer or other agency will drop off produce donations to us. Thanksgiving is coming up. That's when a lot of folks think of the food banks and the food pantries and giving. And I urge folks, if they prefer to give to their local food pantry or meal program, to contact them or look at their website and see what they need, because I like to share with people, Thanksgiving is such an important holiday here in this country, and everybody deserves to enjoy that traditional meal, but not everybody eats turkey.
Sure, yeah.
And there are 364 other days of the year that people need help with food. So,
and I think that's an important point too. Around Thanksgiving, Christmas, the holidays, people think of those in need and they give back then, but that doesn't stop. In the summer or in the fall. That's 365 days a year. These people are in need. So that's why it's great to have people like you to facilitate all this, because people may say, I want to give back, I don't know how to give back, I don't know who takes this, I don't know who takes that, but you're able to take whatever they give you and give it to those appropriate partners to give to those in need. So I want to say thank you again for being part of the show today, and for all you and your team do. We have a couple minutes left. Why don't you just tell everyone at home about, I know you have a big Thanksgiving donation going on right now. Tell everyone at home the different types of items you're accepting. For that, I know you're accepting anything, but just for that specific program, and again, how they can contact you if they're looking to give back, or if they're in need, or if they are in need themselves.
We accept donations of non-perishable Thanksgiving type items, including canned pumpkin, gravy, cranberry sauce, boxed stuffing, boxed mashed potatoes, and other instant potatoes, and also frozen turkeys. Because we have a large refrigerated room, actually building, that's part of our food distribution center. I don't know why I called it a room. It's about the size of the studio with 20-foot high ceilings and racking. And we also have a large walk-in freezer, and we're able to put those turkeys in the freezer. And if anyone is thinking of donating Thanksgiving items to either the food bank or their local meal program or pantry. Again, consider donating as soon as possible, because many pantries have a 30-day period in which a family has to wait before they can visit again and get food.
Yep.
Others, people can come every week. And some pantries don't give out Thanksgiving dinners. They just focus on the other 364 days of the year, those type of foods. But we can enjoy those things that I mentioned, the cranberry sauce, stuffing, etc., all throughout the year. And we can enjoy that with chicken also. But those types of food, we gladly accept. Canned pumpkin is another example. And we provide food for children in 20 Lowell Public Schools, Greater Lawrence Technical High School, Greater Lowell Technical High School, and we are expanding our Operation Nourish program into a charter school in Lowell. And we are talking with other communities throughout the valley about expanding that Operation Nourish children's feeding program into other communities. So we've learned over the 31 years that we've been serving the community that there is plenty of food. It's a matter of access. And that's where our member pantries and meal programs come in. They help people to access the food the best they can, where it's close to them, in their neighborhood, in school, at their housing complex.
Well, Amy, I want to say thank you again for, first off, all you do and all the Merrimack Valley Food Bank does for everyone in the Merrimack Valley. You know, as I mentioned earlier, without a company like the Merrimack Valley Food Bank, where these people turn, I don't know. And it's great to see you and so many people, different organizations working together hand in hand to get the food, to get the items, to get the services to those in need. So again, thank you for being part of the show today. We definitely appreciate it. One last time, tell everyone home your website so that in case they're interested in learning more, to donate their time, resources, or even learn more about for themselves, they'll be able to know that.
Our website is mvfb.org, or folks can call 978-454-7272, and you can ask for me, Amy, or anybody that answers the phone is happy to help out anybody that calls.
Thank you again for being part of the show today. We definitely appreciate that and appreciate all you do as well.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching another edition of the Merrimack Valley Chamber Means Business Program. We look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
The results-driven Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce invites you to connect your business with 1,000 other companies just like yours, including education and workforce development, healthcare, professional services, manufacturing, retail, nonprofit, trades and vocations, hospitality, among many others, and benefit with chamber programs and services such as government affairs, energy and economic development, small business assistance, networking opportunities, women in business programs, young people in business programs, and more. We invite your business to become a starring member of the Merrimack Valley Chamber today and see what difference this chamber will make for you. Join your community's most trusted, effective, and relevant business network connection today. The Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Hello, I'm Mike Bevilacqua, the Vice President of the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to welcome you back to another edition of the Merrimack Valley Chamber Means Business Program. I'm here with another special guest, Alexander Thompson with Studios 15. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Pleasure having me here.
So Alexander, I want to ask you first off, tell everyone, it seems like you do it all, so tell everyone at home exactly what it all is. What is Studios 15?
So Studios 15 is a multimedia production company. So what that means is we do video production, we do website design, graphic design, event planning. So it's a multimedia, so we're like a one-stop kind of source. Drone work, we do different commercials, documentaries, but it's a wide variety of services that we can offer versus you going to one company that does website and then all of a sudden you need a graphic, then you have to go to another company. So we have a full team that can provide those services.
You know what I love about your company is that you can go to your Studios 15 and say, I just want someone to build a website, or I just want someone to do drone work. But you can also say, for instance, throw it out there, you're having a wedding or you're having a big function for your business. You can say, I want someone to do drone work, I want someone to make a highlight video, I want someone to build a website. And you can do all that. It's not like you have to go pinpoint different companies to do all this stuff. There's one production manager for the whole job, which I'm guessing would be you, and you can see and make sure everything goes smoothly for that customer. So that's a great option for customers to have.
That is correct, and we serve all of New England, and we actually doing a project in Mississippi as well right now. So.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you, thank you.
But you do all the Merrimack Valley, all New England. You can,
yes.
help with those different services that you offer. And I know you started your business in 2020. What got you into this type of service? Is it something that's brand new to you, or do you have experience in this in the past?
So in the past, going back, I did about 12 years in the hotel industry.
Sure.
I was a GM with Hilton Hotels, a couple of different other brands. And that was the customer service sales, which I loved. I love interacting with people, going out there, meeting people, getting feedback. The way we kind of started Studios 15 is that I used to have a company in the past that I did DJ services and events. So I did that, and then I met my business partner, Amari Bratcher, who did film, was in the film industry, where he learned, got a degree in communications at Emerson College and Tufts University, and collaborated with the film community in Boston, and then we kind of just bumped heads and say, let's start a new company.
Sure. No, that's great. So I know you've been doing this since 2020. What has your interaction with your customers been like so far, and what's their experience been like as well?
So the way that when we first meet a customer, say that we're doing a video for them, a product commercial, it could be a documentary, it could be even just drone work. We start off with the pre-production. So we meet with the customer, we get to know what their vision is. The most important thing that we want to do is tell your story, what you want to do. We'd want to explain what kind of products you want that you want to advertise, what kind of services you want to advertise, or if it's a documentary, like what is that story about that person about? How can we tell it in as much detail as we can? So that's the pre-production, which may take a couple of weeks to make sure we get all the information.
Sure.
Then the post-production happens, where usually, I think the minimum that we've done production is a 4-hour slot. We usually there a whole day.
Wow.
Your minute videos or 30-second videos out there is a whole day's worth of work, because either you have to travel or it's local or regional. You still have to set up, take down, you have to have camera crew, you have to have, if you have to have a drone, you have to have a drone operator. If you have say that's a wedding, you have the photographers, videographers, and then also the lighting equipment, sound equipment. So that takes a lot of effort, but that's a lot of planning with the Studios 15 staff, and also what kind of job that the customer may want, because you may not need 6 people to work at a job. It may be just a simple product commercial with a backdrop or a green screen, and it'll just be one camera and one person directing. It could be that simple. So it doesn't have to be a big project for someone to say, hey, we want to use your service, but I think you're too big for us. We can do small businesses to large businesses. We've done a lot of variety of businesses, such as we partnered up with TGI Fridays. We've done commercials of most of the hospitals in Boston. We've done their commercials, and partnering up with A&I, which is a company in Malden that we share a studio with. We have also worked with the Federation of Children with Special Needs, and that was actually working with them for 3 years. Even before we decided to start this company, their main source is to help families that have children with disabilities. And so this whole summer was a big project. We actually did a big remembrance video of Bob Crabtree and Larry Cohen, who's passed away, but they're the ones who started Chapter 766 50 years ago. And the State House just a couple weeks ago just did a huge celebration. That was a Special Education Act. And they're the ones that put their heads together and said, hey, let's start something that's different. And it was a law firm. They created that Chapter 766, which made a huge difference in the Commonwealth and the rest of the country 50 years ago. And when you're doing the work, say post-production, like such a thing as this project, you're putting it together, you're working with your sound engineers. We have people all around the country that we work with remotely, and we have staff in the Commonwealth. And you put it all together, you're not really, taking it like the emotional part into it. You're doing the work. I mean, and you love what you do. But then when you show it and you review it after you've done, then those videos can get emotional because their life changes. They change someone's life, or even that commercial, seeing it on TV or seeing it online
Sure.
that you've done, it's rewarding.
Well,
So,
I think that's one of the main things I would like to point out is that you care about your customers. They're not just a number, they're not just a price, you actually care about them, you care about the product and service that you end up giving them. And another key point I want to bring up is that you work with these national companies. You mentioned TGI Fridays, you mentioned the hospitals in Boston, but you also work with small to mid-sized businesses. You can work with any type of business out there, correct?
that is correct. We can work from one employee business to 100, but we are really focusing in the Merrimack Valley. We have done the Boston crowd, but we want to, because we're based out of Haverhill, but we really want to get in the Merrimack Valley for those businesses that don't have a big budget.
Yeah, and I think that's great to have your business right in your own backyard in Haverhill, right in the Merrimack Valley, that can do pretty much any number of services, whether it be just photos or videos, or if you want your whole documentary or DJ or drone or whatever it might be, you can do all those services right in their own backyard, whether it be a one-person company or whether it be a 1,000-person company. You have the crew, you have the experience
And the equipment
to get the job done. I mean, if a company like national companies, like some of those ones that you mentioned, are trusting you, then it makes it's a no-brainer for a small or mid-sized business to work with you as well. And that's one thing I want to ask you: why should someone, if someone's interested in doing a service, whether it be a drone, whether it be a website, whether it be photos, whether it be videography, whether it be a commercial, you do so many different services. It's great. Why should they contact you to do a service? Why should they go with Studios 15?
Well, I'd say that Studios 15 is a family.
Yeah.
All the employees that we have over 20 years of experience of different areas and expertise that we have, but we treat a business, or even if it's a personal video someone wants to do, we treat them like it's our family.
Sure.
We go the whole way, every step of the way. We're not, let's do an email and then 10 weeks later let's reconnect.
Yeah.
It's every step of the way to make sure that you're satisfied, because if you're not satisfied, we're not satisfied. We want to create that vision for you, and we'll work within your budget. We're not some of these big companies that, oh, you want to do a video, it's going to cost you 10 grand. It's just not. We are a very small business, and we are trying to get out in the community, and we'll work with you, and we'll stand by you the whole time, and we stand by our product. We stand by our staff, the customer service level, the product that we sell, and then there's the outcome and the testimonials we have. So.
No, that's great. Now, how can people learn more? How can they contact you or learn more about your business?
So you can learn about Studios 15, go to studios15.com, or you can reach us at 978-478-6801. We are also on Facebook, Studios 15, and we also have a YouTube channel as well. We are starting Instagram pretty soon, and the new website should be coming out this week, a new and improved website. Also by email, you can go to contact@studios15.com, and that will go directly to the company, and we respond like that. So.
No, well, thank you again for being on the show. I really am amazed at all the services you have to offer, and I think that's great. You're a one-stop shop for all your video or equipment or service needs. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you want to make sure that people at home know about with Studios 15?
I would think that, like I said, we want to give back to the community as well. We've worked with a foundation called Never Walk Alone Foundation, and that was a suicide prevention awareness, and we want to give back to the community as well. I'm an Eagle Scout, and I was taught by my family to give back to the community. So even though Studios 15, we are a company that provides all these services, we also do charitable work, and we get down in the community. We are involved with Brightside, and we adopt a park in town. So we are a family that wants to get out there, give you the best service you can get, and the best for your budget as well. And you will not regret the outcome.
Well, thank you for all you do. Thank you for giving back to the community as well. One last time, just run through the different services. I know it's a lot, but run through the services you offer just so people are aware. And again, it's not like you have to do all these services. You can pick one or all or everywhere in between. And that's great that Alex and his team will come out and talk to you and see exactly what it is that you need.
And we will travel anywhere.
Yeah.
We have the mobility to do that. The services that we do offer is documentaries, product commercials, retail commercials, real estate shoots with drone work, also commercial shoots with drone work. We also offer website design, graphic design, logo design, DJ services, and event planning.
I said you do it all, so.
It's a one-stop shop.
Well, thank you again for being part of the show today. We definitely appreciate it. Studios 15, appreciate
Yes.
being part of the show. And I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us for another edition of the Merrimack Valley Chamber Means Business program. We look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.